Virtual Racing School was developed to provide support to the next generation of sim racers. No matter if you're a rookie or veteran or what car or track you'll be racing, our goal is to provide training every step of the way. We found that iRacing can be quite difficult without proper training. There needed to be a way to prepare for on-track racing. With VRS, you can literally learn from the best sim racers in the world, including 4-time NASCAR iRacing World Champion Ray Alfala.
And Ray Alfala is a 4-time champion of the NASCAR Pekin Freeze iRacing Series.
3-time iRacing Grand Prix World Champion Martin Kroenke.
Martin Kroenke becomes a 3-time world champion.
Rallycross World Champion Mitchell de Jong.
Mitchell de Jong is now champion for the iRacing Rallycross World Championship Series.
And many other top sim racers. Data packs include everything you need to start learning. Our World Championship coaches create the data packs by setting a hot lap or a series of fast laps for you to compare, analyze, and replicate. Data packs also include a tutorial where the coach points out techniques they use to hit the fast lap. This gives you access to the latest driving techniques and setups before you even hit the track. Sign up for a free account and download the VRS telemetry logger. With this application running seamlessly in the background, your laps automatically start syncing to the VRS website. From there, you can analyze and compare 2 laps of your choice, whether it's your data, the coaches, or your teammates. VRS will automatically target improvement opportunities so you can get up to speed even faster. VRS also makes it easy for you to request and schedule one-on-one or group coaching sessions. These sessions can range from 30 to 90 minutes, and you can select the car, track, and setup combination of your choice. Visit virtualracingschool.com today to sign up and get started.
Hello and welcome to Apex Racing TV and the Radical Racing Challenge, Week 2 from Brands Hatch. My name is Sam Fitzpatrick, alongside me is Austin Knight, Mark Tranter operating the cameras, and we've got a 30-minute race coming up for you tonight in the second week of this Season 3. Austin, this is quite a difference to the circuit that we visited last time out at Watkins Glen. There you got lots of long straights around the circuit, lots of flowing corners. This place a lot more elevation change, a few tighter corners, much narrower, much trickier to overtake. So yeah, really on the other side of the spectrum.
It really is. Compared to what we had at Watkins Glen, Brands Hatch is a lot more tighter, well, pretty much the same amount of track length here, but it's a lot more flowing, more up and down, and a lot more trickier to overtake than what we had at Watkins Glen. And with the new draft model, it really is going to be a big challenge to make some very clean overtakes here.
Yeah, and we heard from Aaron Barber just the effects of that draft last time out. Very confident that he could have perhaps challenged Kane Halliburton, defending champion and at the moment championship leader, if it were for the old draft model. But with this newer one, much trickier to follow drivers around this place in this very weighty car. Lots of turbulence coming off the back of these high downforce machines. Could be very tricky tonight to pull off a move, and that makes this qualifying session that the drivers are currently in even more important. One of the most important we will have all season long, as this man, as per Kane Halliburton, at the top of the standings. But the lap times always do improve on the second tour round, which is what the vast majority of the drivers are currently on. And so you've got to deliver on this second lap. The first one is very much a banker, the second one is where you've got to deliver.
Indeed it is. You get the track evolution in there, you get to warm up the tires. So the first one is definitely the banker, and the second one is the go fast lap. But around this place is so easy to mess up your banker lap just by going wide in turn 3, Graham Hill. Then the reason like you do go off there, you just can't go off there too much, as everyone is beginning their sprint across the line. 1:17.554 for Halliburton. As they take provisional pole back from Baba, 4/10 ahead of him.
That's ominous, isn't it? Baba did really well as Whitson gets up to 3rd place. Butler got really close to Halliburton back at Watkins Glen. I was a bit surprised how close he got, honestly. But around this place, Halliburton looks to be in a world of his own. What can John McCutcheon do across the line, Betchen? Wow, second place. Excellent qualifying for John in his kind of home race, depending on what his politics are like. So that puts him up ahead of Barber. At the moment, still got Dalladone out there on circuit. Third place finisher last time out. He had his first lap removed. It wasn't an eligible lap time. So there's a lot of pressure on this second tour round, just at least to keep it clean. He has to lift out of the throttle through the final corner. That's going to compromise his line. But, well, it's so close out on the edges of that top 10. And, well, to be honest, he's nowhere near it. Down in 17th place. So Dalladone with a lot of work to do.
Heading into the final corner, he scrubbed off a lot of speed by clipping that curb, and it really, we saw him just get very loose out of there, and that's probably where most of his pace fall off was, with that little curb strike right there. Diego Gil heading into this long back straight into the force is going to be seeing a, well, it's probably the best part for a draft attempt going up the inside. Looks like they went off the track earlier. I'm spotting some dirt on the front left of that car, or it just might be the reflection on that black paint.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I see it as well. Yeah, a little bit scuffed.
Yeah. I feel like this is the glitch that Mark has been talking about after 1 or 2 laps. Everyone's front nose is like a trap. They've been thrown through a trash can or something.
I mean, particularly around this place where you are inevitably going to be making contact with the grass. Yeah, it could certainly be the case. Everyone has put in their 2 lap times, by the way, apart from Tyson Meyer. He hasn't done any laps so far, and may not even be in the session, obviously, Tyson. So he's not going to play a part. Oh, in fact, actually, no, Dallas only had a second lap. Alright, well, I should get fired. Okay, up into 12th place, so that's why he was so slow on his first lap. But, boy, that is close. Really, from Bengtson down to Cam. Only about 2/10 of a second. I mean, Josh Cam down there, Austin, is a big surprise because he won at Suzuka and at Nordschleife to round out last season. One of our very few multiple winners. I think only Halliburton and Barber were the only 2 other judges who were able to get multiple wins last season. So Cam down in 13th place. A little bit of a mixed up grid, I think. It gives me hope that maybe we could see some overtaking.
Yeah, I definitely believe we are going to be seeing a bit of overtaking happening. Josh Camp had a very rough race at Watkins Glen last time by, being involved in an incident, I believe, on lap 1. That lap 1 incident that we had at Watkins Glen, I'm pretty sure, guaranteed that will not happen again. We should not be seeing any radicals being flown into fences, so we're safe from that regard.
Yeah, it'll be into a tree at this place.
Yeah, we got 3 and a few track marshals around the place, but chances of airborne, not really. Unless somebody bounces off the turn 1 wall.
I think you underestimate these drivers, Austin, honestly. I think they can do some pretty crazy gymnastics if they put their mind to it, or if they take their mind away from it, more like. So the grid is just about to form up, and there is Kane Halliburton, Racecraft Esports, up on the front row alongside John McCutcheon, Aaron Barber in 3rd place. Then it's Tommy Bitsons, Ant Castles, Joachim Bengtson, Scott Callahan, Eric Hanoi, Eric Nickens, Arturus Kundelis, Dylan Freckleton, and Alessandro Dalladone rounding out the top 12. Then it is Josh Cam, Mick Thurman, Michael Messenger, Robert Woodward, Stephen Greening, Solon Harrison, Dennis Kyriakopoulos, Diego Gil, John Aldridge, Jose Cabrera, Tyson Meyer, and Daniel Beauchamp starting from the back. Beauchamp is usually very strong in qualifying, but I don't think he did a qualifying lap because Meyer also didn't do a qualifying lap, but they are both on the grid, so they haven't signed up to the session and then immediately left. How do you rate Halliburton's chances for this one, Austin?
Halliburton's chances. Number 1 car, starting in number 1. He's got John Hutchison right behind him. Aaron Baja, his closest rival right behind. 4K strength of field. I'm not a betting man, but I'm going to have to say, put it all on red here. I say he's the odds-on favorite, so Halliburton, 87%.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'd like to bet against those odds, but here we go then. Is Austin going to be right? Because all the drivers are onto the grid. And this is an absolutely fundamental start. Halliburton and McHutchinson on the front row of the grid.
And
the lights
green,
go.
and Halliburton. Oh! Big spin of the wheel for Halliburton. Falls down to 4th place. McHutchinson takes the lead, followed by Balbon Castellano as Halliburton falls down to 4th. Looks like Wittens might have was one of the cars that spun and went into the wall off the line. And that was an absolute chaotic start right there.
Yeah, Dardani up into 8th position already, gaining a bunch of pace. Full start for Bengtson down 4. In fact, I just looked away as what happened to Halliburton, but down into 4th position. So yeah, all changes in that top 10. And now they start to follow each other down into the second half of the lap. They power away from the pits area onto the extended loop, if anything. And this is where everything's going to become much more tricky. The turbulent air starts kicking, cold tires super tricky around this part of the track. The driver's doing a good job.
Yeah, Tyson was doing a no qualifying run, as I was informed by his viewers on his Twitch stream. Alessandro Dall'Adone looking down to the inside right here. 4th, 6th place. Dall'Adone makes another great move. Up 6 spots already right now.
Oh, that is super close there. With Nickens losing out to Freckleton, I think Gundelis is going to be able to get this move done as well. Halliburton just getting past Castles as well, further up the order, but can Gundelis hold on to this one? He's too wide. He's going to have to, well, he's got an excellent exit to be fair there. So Nickens, with a poor couple of coins, he's kind of got boxed in again. Josh Cam might fancy his chances. Not being able to do too much on that first lap. He did gain 3 places to be fair. Still, he'd back him to gain more places to the end of the race. So McHutchinson leading Barber, and yeah, Halliburton crucially making that move, and Castle's down at turn 1 on this lap.
Yeah, Castle had a great move right there, and Josh Ham on the back of Eric Nickens here, staying in that draft. The draft not as powerful as it used to be, so no chance on looking down the inside right here, and he's just going to be following him as much as he can, but Nickens is looking very tasty right here as they head into Dingledale.
To play second best, you can go for the overtake into the final corner here. It's one of probably the bigger braking areas. Curiosity just flowing from one corner to the next. But yeah, when the driver ahead, he's got the slipstream, very tricky then this final corner. So tricky to get right and really get a good exit. You absolutely nail it. Cam kind of looking to the inside there. He still doesn't quite feel confident enough to go for it. Now this is where the track really opens up. Turn 2, by far the best overtaking spot on the track. Cam could be a brave man here, but he's gained, so there might be a better opportunity next one.
I got a few more opportunities to go right here, but oh man, Josh Camp losing a little bit of ground at Graham Hill Bend, and the car's all over the place.
Harrison just having a couple of problems near the back as Kyrkopoulos and Vittens, the 2 drivers who are out of the running already.
Tommy Wittens, I believe, was the car that went into the wall off the line as we were looking at this beauty of a fight. Let's take a look at that replay of a start.
It was just wheel spin, wasn't it?
It was something. After that rocket start that we saw from Burton in round 1. Oh, he just rear-ended.
It was Bing hits him up the rear, but of course he didn't get off the line there. Did the number 7, so I don't know what happened to him right there.
I feel like Halliburton revealed the secret on how to get those rocket starts, and everyone was trying that. And it's a big gain if you do get it right, and it's a big loss if you don't get it right. And well, a few people played the game and lost it right there, and that is very unfortunate off the line. And you get those standing start situations. Everyone's got different light points. Everyone's got different starting techniques with that in real life as well. And standing start's probably one of the most chaotic forms of starting. in real life and on Sims.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it 90 times correct in practice. When it comes down to it, it'll be very tricky just to get that clutch and that throttle application just right. And of course, Halliburton also with a very poor start. Wire all over the place, it's into the gravel. Will avoid the wall from there, but just dipping well onto the grass on the corner entry there. Again, it's so narrow, you need to open up the corners as much as you possibly can. You can't be leaving a meter or two on the edge of the circuit. And he fell victim, very lucky not to wipe out his car. No fast repairs, of course, in these official series in iRacing. So if you crash into the wall, that is game over. Mike Hutchinson, who did win back at Okayama, of course, last season, still leading the way. And Barber really not making any impression. And I think this is kind of the layout that Mike Hutchinson would like. Because Barber isn't fast enough seemingly to overtake him. And I'm not sure if Halliburton is necessarily fast enough to overtake Barber. And so these two might stay the same way round.
Well, Halliburton, last lap, Halliburton did put in the fastest lap of the race, and he's been constantly closing in on Baba just ahead. It's just a matter of time and place in the track where Halliburton needs to make that move. He isn't on the bumper right now, but when they get onto this gearbox, it's going to be go time for both of these drivers. All equal distances from each other in the top three. Half a second to first to second, almost half a second to second and third. And it's very, oh, no. That's Callian off, and Dalladonna is up in the fifth.
Well, I'm not sure if that was contact or not. It could have well been because Callahan based down under. He may have got some netcos here. Alessandro was very close, no doubt.
No, he cut the corner and was off, and Alessandro was just right there. Just big speed difference between them.
17 did a good job at avoiding that one as Bengtson is going defensive. It's Messenger. The driver who did a good job at avoiding was Eric Nickens, so credit to Nickens there for avoiding that one. I think Nickens may have got past Freckleton as well, I'm not 100% sure about that one. What was that Freckleton game past Cam?
Freckleton got past Cam. No, Nickens got past Freckleton, and Cam was right there.
Yeah, I think Dennis got past as well, so Freckleton having a poor lap or two. Messenger taking a slightly alternative line. So close right now to seem as though with that damage Callahan is holding up these drivers. There's an opportunity at a move here for Messenger. This is going to be very brave and probably unwise because there's contact between the two of them. Almost contact as well with the another driver. I think it was Eric Knight who had to take evasive action, and well, that's why you don't overtake that.
Yeah, it's a very hard place to overtake, but coming out of Dingodale, there's a big difference in speed and nowhere really for anyone to go, and they were all going for the move. And unfortunately, when everyone's going for the same spot on the track and you got three cars so tightly with each other, it's going to end with few drivers not having the best of days.
Ooh, that's a bit of netcode there. Two drivers based in the UK, in Beckleton and Cam, but it's a bit of imaginary contact. Here we are with the replay. I mean, you simply can't go alongside the situation. One of them's got to back out, and well, I'm sure they'll be pointing the finger at one another there.
Yeah, Bensington had a slow exit off there, so that's the main point. Because we were going slow, I had to go up on the inside, and he could point back at him because we were doing some move that you hit me, and in iRacing, whenever you have an incident, it's never your fault.
Oh, well, that's how you do it. That was a bit more alongside there, Cam, but that was very generous from Victor.
That is a move from Josh Cam, and that was beautiful right here. And Hutchinson starting to pull away from Baba and Halliburton. Kane has to get on the binders right now as John McHutchison put in the fastest lap with 1:17.44, and brilliantly defended by Ern Baba ahead of Halliburton.
These two going for the championship, of course, number 1 and 2 seeds at Watkins Glen, as they are here, and of course the two most winning drivers in these strength of field races on Apex Racing TV. Jill's just had a problem, by the way. Messenger may have been involved. Yeah, Barber with about 4 wins to his name, I believe, and Halliburton with 10, I think. He has won a lot of them. But you can see this one escaping him right now. If he can't get past the next couple of laps, it might just be the cushion that McCutcheon needs.
He got into the grass, heading into the corner. Here comes Halliburton looking up to the inside. Halliburton with all the speed. Halliburton down to the inside. Halliburton up into second place. Got this little wheel in the grass on corner entry. Halliburton managed to get past there after that small mistake from Baba. And here's that mistake we were talking about earlier between the 14 and the 5 of Eric Hanoi and Daniel Deschamps.
That was just a good move.
Oh, yeah, just a good move.
From Beauchamp. Yeah, it was just ahead of them, I think. Oh, that way. You see a bit of an incident back there. Oh, and there's Jill, I think, going off in the 22. Yeah, so that would have been his problem there, Diego. Bad news for him. So, this chase is on now. Halliburton 1.3 seconds to catch up to McCutcheon. I really didn't expect that corner to be where you make all the significant overtakes, but so far, Druids, nah, mate. Through the third sector, much more like it.
Yeah, the tightest corner is the most, the corner with the most overtakes. You know, these sim drivers, they have one advantage over real life drivers: no fear at all. So the tightest corner is always the best corner to make moves on. I'm not sure if that's a factor or anything, but right now it's proven to be the case. Pretty much every time we go over to Druids, we're seeing something happen. Castles trying to pull away from Alessandro Dalladone, and Alessandro is right on his gearbox right now. Alessandro trying to look for another repeat podium here.
Beauchamp with another problem. It wasn't another problem, actually. He hasn't really had any problems. He didn't set a qualifying lap. That's probably his biggest issue. But he's had a bit more of a significant one. I think that might be game over for Daniel Beauchamp. Also, Maya having a bit of a mare on this lap. Callahan's going to be overtaken by Thurman, but here's the replay of what happened to Beauchamp. So he'd recently made the move on Hanoi, and you can see the gap he pulled out as well. Excellent pace, Beauchamp. You know, podium sits back at Road America last season, and gets a wheel onto the grass. Something he have done, I'm sure, in the official series this week. But actually, only tapped the wall, so he will be able to continue. It's just the pack's quite close together still, so he drops close to the back of the chain.
Yeah, very tightly packed pack here, and in Druids, at that one point, you just get the wheel off to the grass, off the apex, go a little bit wide, try to catch the car. It's just a very heartbreaking point right there, and everyone's coming at such a fast pace. You don't want to come across the track and cause even more incidents. So he's thinking of all the other drivers there, but very heartbreaking moment for Beauchamp.
Thurman did get past Callahan earlier on in the lap. You can see the damage on Callahan's car. Might just be cosmetic, but I think it is costing him because his pace isn't very good. I think he's going to be overtaken here by Greening as well. Callahan defending well enough, but if he is struggling down the straights, then I don't think he's going to be able to survive for too long, as they're becoming specks in the distance as Thurman sprints away from the pair of them, and still Callahan is able to defend, at least in about 0.2 of a second every single corner. Finally, Greening does get the inside line for once. There's contact between the two of them. Into the gravel goes Callahan, and it'll take him a while to get back onto circuit. I just expecting Greening to turn in a bit earlier than he did, but carrying so much speed there, straightening up the braking. And a slight nick between the two of them. Callahan drops to 15th place and has now got even more damage on the front end.
Yeah, that car is looking a little bit worse for Rare right now, and well, his pit crew is going to be happy that this is just a game and not just giving him this evil eye right there for making them spin up all night, because that is a lot of damage. Certainly flex tape will not make that fix up immediately.
You underestimate flex tape there. I'm sure
I know you can saw a boat in half with it, but you know, it's not the most aerodynamic of all problems in car fixing.
We weren't paid by Flex Tape, by the way, to say that. We were. Well, we should give a shout out, however, to SDK Gaming for helping us out on Apex 82 for providing our overlay and also our live time. We use the live timing as commentators. It gives us a bit more insight. It gives us a lot more insight. Oh no! Cabrera's round. Stop! Don't go! Well, okay, you kind of got away with that. I'm not sure if that was all the correct moves there from Cabrera, but it's back going again. Didn't crash into anyone else. But yeah, SDK Gaming finding an amazing live timing application. There's so much stuff that you can learn about what's going out on circuit, and of course the overlay is exquisite. It has so much customization. You can make it look however you want. This is kind of a little bit of a basic overlay we've got for this series, but if you tune in for the Formula 3.5 Championship tomorrow or the GT Championship on Sunday, it looks properly spectacular on those, really utilising the various elements of them. So if you want to get yourself the software, go to SDK Gaming or sdk-gaming.co.uk and get yourself a 14-day free trial. So there's absolutely no loss in giving it a go. As you see, Maya passed all judge for 18th place.
And as we go back to the fight for the lead, Halliburton has closed in onto the gearbox of McHutchison with just about 6 laps remaining here at Brands Hatch for the Radical Racing Challenge. The fight for the lead is on, and I feel like the gloves are about to come off. Look at that consistency from Halliburton, just closing in 2 tenths, 3 tenths. I feel like he's feeling it right now.
Well, McHutchison is usually very well mannered, and I think, yeah, he's usually very well mannered. So I kind of hope it's a push. I want there to be actors. We want it to be entertaining. I'm sure all you viewers want it to be entertaining as well. I hope we see a proper worthy battle, and we see a deserved winner at the end of this one. But Halliburton is getting ominously close on that gap, which was over a second just a couple of laps ago. Barely anything now. Can Halliburton go for the move into turn 2? McHutchison is going to defend. And he did everything he needed to do there. Now into Graham Hill Bend. Halliburton, maybe a small opportunity to get up the inside, but these radical SRAs go so much speed there. There's not much of an opportunity now. Super wide turning. They head onto the back straight. Hutchinson's doing all he can do. He needs to try to get Barber involved in this one if he possibly can to help him out.
McHutchison had a little bit of wiggle off the exit right there. Here comes Halliburton. Halliburton's not going to try a move down the long straight. Maybe into Druids, where he got Aaron Baba try to force a mistake right here. Maybe get him to go a little bit wide off the exit. They both go really wide off into Druids. Here they come. Halliburton's not going to attempt to move right here, but it's only a matter of time right now. This is fantastic racing, and as they keep it going, Erden Baba is closing in on these two. Halliburton has got his starting to get his mirrors filled, but I'm pretty sure he's not using them at all. Not any concerned with Baba right behind. All he is concerned about is McHutchison ahead and clear track. And try to go around the outside right there, heading into turn 1. Another move down.
This is absolutely. Sorry. I apologize for interrupting. I was just going to say this is amazing defense right now from McHutchison. Oh, here comes Halliburton. Might be his opportunity this time. McHutchison is able to fully cover it off. He's left him room, but it should actually be the Scotsman. He has the better exit here. They are absolutely dead level, and Halliburton's going to have to go for some gutsy move. He's just behind, heading into the turn-in. Bubba's right on the tail of these two now. He's trying to take advantage. He's almost understeering into his championship rival, but McHutchison again defends for all that he is worth. Brilliant space being left by the turn, and Bubba maybe just getting a bit overwhelmed by it all and losing some ground on the two. But how can McHutchison possibly hold on for another lap, let alone another 4 laps that we've still got to go?
He's been placing his car where he needs to be, around the outside, going into that long straightaway back there. He was set himself up for an easy move down to the inside, but McHutchison well defended that slap, and this race for the lead is absolutely mind-blowing. Here we go again. Kane Halliburton, is he going to try for a look down to the inside? He is not going to look down for a move right there. McHutchison's not getting off his line. A little bit of contact was made right there, and spotting some damage on the rear end from John McHutchison. It's not going to be affecting his car that much. Here comes Halliburton. No antics this lap for this time by. After that little bit of separation, I feel like they both might have gave each other a little bit of a heart attack, and probably going to take it a little bit easier for this lap until we get into go time zone with 2 laps to go.
That's a slight mistake at the end of that lap. Into Sterling's. Gave McHutchison a slight respite on this one. Still 3 to go. Cam trying to get past Condelis. Oh wow, look at Nickens. Go up the inside now. It wasn't maybe just the camera a bit deceiving right there. Also, Daladoni's all over the back of Castles. Tuning in for all of that on the live timing link in the description below. It's mainly out in the lead where it is all kicking off again. Condesi just having to be wary of that inside line. Halliburton back within 0.2 of a second now. And again, whilst we have seen lots of overtakes into Sheen so far tonight, Stewart still should be the obvious overtaking place. But then I guess at the same time, McHutchison knows that's where he's got to cover off, and that's what he's been doing all day long. As Cam has finally got the inside of Condelis. He's all over the place as the number 8. Condelis does a great job there, just turning out of the corner and predicting that slide.
Baba's
Condelis
off.
holds on. Back comes Cam.
Baba's off the track.
Up's crashed.
Yeah, as Josh Cam looked down to the inside, dipped a wheel onto the apex right there, got very loose, but Cam eventually getting past them and into 6th place. The fight for the lead has dropped Baba. Baba making a mistake. He's down into 5th place. John McHutchison and Kane Halliburton. Oh, they almost go off the track right there. Both of them extending the track as far as they can. McHutchison and Halliburton nose to tail and pretty much riding with each other right now. As Kane Halliburton's got a much cleaner car picking out the rear end. McHutchison does have that damage as, oh man, I feel the tension is building right now between these two. Defending down to the inside to the very last opportunity. John McHutchison is definitely has his mirrors full of that number 1. Looking down, not that far down to the inside as Alessandro Daladone heading to turn 1 up into 3rd.
Done it again, started outside the top 10 again, but just as he did at Watkins Glen, he's into the podium places in the nick of time, and here's how he did it. Castles defending so long, but Daladone eventually got it done, and Castles not fighting that one too much. Daladone really looked like he had nothing to lose, as here is the mistake then from Aaron Barber, which has dropped him off into 5th place. This is into Surtees, and seemingly a bit put off there, honestly, Austin. That was you know, you somehow dip a wheel onto the grass, I realised that, but that one was particularly odd.
I guess he was just enjoying the fight up front, and speaking of the fight up front, McHutchison is really just sticking to that racing line as Kane Halliburton dipped a wheel off to the exit right there, and his car is all over the place. Barney is waving the white flag. One last lap to go here at Brands Hatch. McHutchison, Halliburton, 3 versus 1. Oh, boys. Buckle your seatbelts. We are in for a wild ride here.
Any opportunity into Druids? No, the opportunities are running out. I don't know how McHutchison has held on for 5 or so laps.
A little bit of a mistake.
He's now had to put himself defensive. Can Halliburton get to the inside here? This is almost a carbon copy of what we had 3 laps ago, which was as close as Halliburton got. But Hutchinson was able to hang it around the outside on the last attempt. He wasn't able to this time. And on the last lap of the race, Halliburton gets the lead for the first time since we launched off the line. But it's still McHutchison returning the favour. He's got his nose ahead, but Halliburton is too wise to fall for that one. But he's got a huge slide now, and it's another opportunity for McHutchison. Halliburton's glitching in and out of the server. Will he reappear out in the lead, or has he had cruel fate go against him? It seems like he has, and it has left just one man remaining. Barber made a spin. Halliburton maybe made errors, maybe had a connection issue, but it is McHutchinson who was about to take his second race win in the Friday night broadcasted race. He won at Okayama, and he will win as well at Brands Hatch. John McHutchinson with what will surely go down as one of his most satisfying iRacing wins in his career. Deladone up 10 places to second place, and probably the championship lead as well goes his way. Castles finishes in third, Bubba in a close fourth in the end. Woodward is not going to quite pass Hanoi. He'll be quite satisfied with that 11th position. But, oh, what a shame, Austin. It was so close between those two. And I wonder if that big slide from McHutchinson was partially due to those connections. Maybe it was a screen freeze, and that would explain the slide.
It was not a disconnection. He was disqualified.
Oh, really? Wow.
He was disqualified. He hit the incident limit and was disqualified from there, because I was watching the connections. He did not disconnect. He typed really in chat. And so he's still in the session right now, and I'm pretty sure that that was a disqualification that we saw there from a little bit of car contact with John McHutchinson.
It wasn't.
It wasn't a disqualification?
Well, you can't get a disqualification, can you? Because it's a drive-through, isn't it? And you only got 4 instances.
Well, his car just disappeared, so...
Yeah, so...
I'm not sure what happened right there. Because he didn't disconnect from the server.
Yeah, he manually disconnected, didn't he? It wasn't like a received throughput. So, well, if you'll find out. If he's listening along, Kane, let us know.
Yeah, he only had 4 incidents, I guess, so...
Yeah.
But that's odd. That is really odd right there. Very unfortunate result to that amazing fight that we were going for.
It's still a super deserved victory for John McHutchinson, and his race win at Okayama. You know, it was a good win for him. He had to beat some regulars in the series, but there was no Barber, there was no Ming, there was no Halliburton around to rival him. He definitely beat Barber undoubtedly, and well, I think he certainly deserved to beat Halliburton, holding him behind for all of those laps, and he won by 5.9 seconds ahead of Deladone, who well, if he wins once he has a chat with us, we'll tell him how to improve on his qualifying, because it was not a good qualifying game for him, but in the races he is really mixing it with some of the best drivers in this race. At Castles, Mr. Reliable finishes in third place, and it was Aaron Bubba. Josh Cam gained quite a few places in the end, up into 5th. Arturas Kundelis was in 6th, and it's Eric Nickens, Dylan Freckleton, Make Thurman, Stephen Greening, Eric Hanoi, Robert Woodward, Scott Callahan, Michael Messenger, Tyson Meyer, Diego Gill, Joachim Bengtsson, John Aldridge, Daniel Beauchamp, and Jose Cabrera were all on the lead lap. Halliburton, of course, with that disconnect or issue, whatever it was, on the final lap of the race. And then the retirees were Dennis Kourikopoulos, Solon Harrison, and Tommy Vittens. So, quick shout out to Apex Racing Academy, by the way, for sponsoring this broadcast and helping us out on Apex Racing TV. Apex Racing Academy with 29 data packs in a variety of cars, GT, single-seaters, prototypes, even rallycross cars they cover. And in each of those data packs, which follow the official series, so all the setups and all that stuff is all relevant to whatever series you are running in. That includes setups, RPY files showing the exact tuition of or the exact lap of each driver. Also, kind of commentated videos as well from some superb coaches, Peter Bayman, Kevin Ellis, along with many other World Championship level drivers. So if you want to improve your on-track performance, do check out apexracingac.com and get yourself a subscription. We all use it over at Apex Racing TV because it's the best way to make ourselves look a little bit better than we are. So we are going to have a chat now with a few of our drivers, and there's only one man we can talk to first. It is John McHutchinson, who takes his second strength of field race win, at least broadcasted by Apex Racing TV. Congratulations, John. But we'll get to the race in just a moment. But I mean, how does this race win feel compared to the one that you got at Okayama last season? Because I feel like they were very different races.
To be honest, Sam, I thought I had disconnected. I thought I had lost connection to the server at the end of the race, so I didn't even know I had won until I went up into Druids and I seen the cars coming behind me. So, absolutely delighted.
Well, we saw you throughout, but that was weird then. Of course, Kane disappeared. How quick did you realise? I mean, what was going through your mind when Kane all of a sudden was alongside you and then he went off into Narnia?
Well, he went through me, and like I said, I thought I had disconnected from the server, but I just kept going. And obviously, Race Lab's down, so I don't have any overlays or anything, so I couldn't see who was behind me or anything. I was just racing blind. But I knew Ken was right behind me the last few laps, and it was really close.
Yeah, it was. I mean, how on earth did you defend? Because it looks like initially, Kane got past Aaron very quickly. It kind of looked like it was going to be the same story, but he just couldn't find a way past. It was crazy.
Just Scottish stubbornness, Sam. People have always said that about me. So that's all it was.
And I mean, you must be just very pleased as well with your pace tonight, because to out-qualify Aaron's in qualifying, I mean, that was crucial to put yourself in the position where you got into the lead.
Yeah, I haven't really done any laps. This is the first race I've done in the official series. I did the UK and Ireland race last night, but that's an open setup, so it's a different setup. But I checked the qualifying laps for tonight, and I knew I was close to qualifying up the top row. So, and round here, that's what it's all about, really. It's a procession after the first lap.
Next week we head over to the other side of the world. It's Bathurst. I can't recall us visiting there in the last. No, sorry, we did visit. Yeah, we probably visited there about 3 months ago, maybe 4 months ago now. I don't recall how you did in that race. Is that one that you enjoy, that Bathurst circuit?
Yes, Bathurst really good. I think I finished third or fourth, maybe. I had a good race that night, so I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck, John. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
No, like I said, I'm still in a bit of shock here, so I'll let you go on with someone else.
Well, go get yourself some celebratory drinks or objects or whatever, and we'll see you back next week.
Yeah, thanks, Sam.
John McHutchinson there, your race winner tonight. Who are we going to have a talk to next, Austin?
Well, I'm guessing it has to be the man who came home in second place here today. He had a fantastic race last week, got onto the podium. This race, not the best qualifying, I gotta say, but man, he was powering through everybody all the way to the line. Coming home in second place, Alessandro Dalla Donne once again appearing onto the podium. Alessandro, what a race that was. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, quite tired. My left arm is aching today. I had my shot today, so probably that's also a reason why I went faster. I don't know, maybe that's some superpowers. But yeah, qualifying always terrible. I think it is gonna be a trend all season. But then race, I don't know how I managed to finish second. Don't ask me how I did it, because I have no idea. I couldn't keep the car on track for the whole day, and somehow I managed to do only one off track during the race, so I'm super happy, and just keeping the car on track in the end paid off,
So you're blaming this result on performance-enhancing vaccines?
Yes, indeed. There is still no rules on that regard, so I think I can exploit the rules, right?
Oh, you know us racing drivers. Well, it was a fantastic race. Heading into Bathurst next week, we know you have a lot of experience around there. Are you looking forward to that race, or are you going to be missing out and just enjoying it from the grandstands?
I think I have to be there just to do the jump if I can actually make it this time, unlike I did the last broadcast in the 3.5 a few seasons ago. But yeah, the car should be definitely much fun around the hills of Bathurst, and hopefully, if I can make it on time from work, I definitely come back and see if I can keep on this great run.
By the way, can I just point out, Sanji, you're currently leading the championship. In the broadcast championship, you're leading. So
Well,
you gotta come back.
It's other people's fault, not my luck.
Well, Alessandro, before we let you go and celebrate you taking over the championship lead, anyone you want to thank?
Thank to you guys for doing this amazing broadcast. I miss them a lot. Although I'm doing well, I still enjoy more commentating. But anyway, I want always to thank also our big sponsor, IPCheck law firm, always on board since Daytona. So if still haven't happened yet in the broadcast race, but if I have an accident, at least my car will be fixed in time for the next week.
All right, that's always too good to hear. Alessandra, you have yourself a good afternoon as we bring it over to Sam, who is standing by with our next interviewee.
Yeah, we're going to have a talk with our third place finisher, Ant Castles, who managed to secure that superb result. Congratulations, Ant. You must be very pleased with that one.
Yeah, I am actually. It was tough. I feel obviously bad for Kane there because I shouldn't be where I am, but it was a good race. Alessandro was always there, so it made it intense. But seeing Aaron go off put me off my line, so that's where I lost it.
Have you done much official racing around this place this week? Have you been able to get much practice in?
To be honest, I've actually not enjoyed it. I was really struggling at the start of the week, but I've spent some time with Josh, as we usually do this evening, working through some data, and no, it came good in the race, really.
Absolutely, and that start as well. Talk us through it from your perspective, because I think you had Kane barely moving off the line. Then you had it was Vitsons who moved backwards, and if anything, it looks like from us. I think you managed to get through it all fine. Were you third at the end of the first lap?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest, and obviously having Kane behind me anyway, I wasn't too keen on him being there because obviously he's going to rip past me at some point. But no, it was a good launch. They're just trying to focus on the hairpin because so many times there you can see people get loose on the first lap. So kept it clean. It was good.
And next up, Bathurst. Do you think around that circuit we're going to see a bit of a slipstreaming battle like we kind of become accustomed to last season, or do you think, despite the fact that we got that long straight, the mountain section might kind of separate the drivers, and with the new draft model, we might actually not see too many kind of drafting packs as such?
I think you'll see some group racing, but I do think the field will split up more. I'm quite enjoying what they've done with the car. It's really good. So obviously round here, you can't really pass here unless somebody makes a mistake, and the toe does nothing for you here. So.
Well, best of luck for that one in Australia next time out. And is there anyone you'd like to give any thanks to?
Yeah, just the usual Pure Motorsport guys and Josh for helping me this week stick at it and go for it. So he had a good result in the end as well. So good night for the team.
Awesome. Well, thanks for talking with us, Ant, and yeah, best of luck for round 3.
Very much, guys. Take it easy.
Ant Castles there, your third place finisher tonight. I think we've got one more interview, Austin. We really have been spoilt with the interview selection we've had tonight.
Yeah, we did. We got the podium, and actually we got the top 4 with us as Ern Baba gets into the interview room. Ernest, you had a great start of the race. You're sitting second throughout most of it. The second half, it all seemed to go downhill, but you had a great recovery drive, and you finished in 4th place. Talk us about that race, and talk us about fighting and defending from that podium spot.
Hi guys. Yeah, it was a really challenging race for me, especially in the beginning when I messed up the quali. Normally I should have been like the second lap, And then on the race itself, like the first 6-7 laps, I needed to find the groove a little bit, and then I made a small mistake, but I decided not to fight Kane that time, because if I would have done that, then John would have walked away. So I chose to let Kane by, and then I was like focused. Okay, now I'm gonna get them, and then I was pushing, but then at some moment I really don't know what happened on this corner when I spun, but it's like my computer it skipped like for half a second. I was braking, and then it skipped the frames, and then when it recovered, I found myself off track. So I'm really happy I didn't take anyone else out. I don't know if it's the issue with the server, like with Kane. I thought it was an American server, something like this, but I've never had this happen to me before. Maybe on practice, but on the race, this is the first time. But yeah, shit happens, you know, even in the real world. I guess these are the problems with the internet and such.
Yeah, we've all had those incidents happen at one point in time. Very unfortunate that it happened to you, but the good fortune is you didn't fall all the way. You didn't fall throughout the field, and you finished in 4th place. Bathurst is next week. Are we going to be seeing you there?
Yes. I like the track. I really like the track, and I'm hoping I will be in a better condition than I am now, because I'm really sweating. Like I did 3 races today. I just took the COVID shot like 2 or 3 days ago, but it's killing me. Like the arm is pretty much unusable. But normally I would be in bed and watch the race on the broadcast. But I thought, yeah, I'm gonna do the race. I did 2 races today, just taking it easy, but this is a little bit too much. So I hope next week I will be recovering soon, because this is not the ideal time to race. But yeah, we have to take the shot for the pandemic and such. So yeah.
All right, thank you, Aaron. You have yourself a good afternoon and get some rest. We'll see you next week.
You too, guys. Bye. Very nice race. Thank you.
And that brings our interview queue up to a close. Sam, next week, Bathurst.
Yeah, that's it's gonna be good, isn't it? The last time we went there, I remember we had Lopez and his teammate. I think they drove for Fordzilla, hitting each other into the chase when fighting for the lead. That's my overwhelming memory. I think Halliburton came through to win in the end, if I recall correctly. No, that's pretty scary. And I mean, I'm not sure if you've driven around there, Austin, but the mountain section in that car is basically just flat out. I mean, of course, you go into the mountain section at like turn 2, and then maybe 3, a small lift through 5, and then 6, 7, 8 all over at the top is all flat out. It's absolutely crazy to drive around. You can even pick up a draft sometimes, but man, these cars are so delicate. I imagine if you tap a wall, you're going to be in trouble.
It's going to be a big dogfight up through that race. I'm expecting qualifying to really be the talk of the town there. Whoever's got that car locked up around there and knows how to throw it down the mountain is really going to have the advantage here. Lap 1, we might see a little bit midfield chaos happening down there. I'm expecting maybe P7. I'm already throwing it out there. P7 might have an issue going up and down the mountain. Thankfully, unfortunately, I will not be here next week, as I'll be up in Colorado for a certain motorsports event. But yeah, it's going to be an amazing race next week.
It sure will be. I mean, to be fair, you predicting 7th place will have an issue. You did say an 87% chance, I think, of Halliburton winning tonight.
That was an all-out curse. I must admit that. With just disappearing on the final lap after getting the lead, that was a curse, and I'll take that. I am sorry.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Big thanks, by the way, to Virtual Racing Score as well, because we haven't given them a shout out. I think we'll probably show maybe a trailer for them after the broadcast, or maybe just before the broadcast. But thanks to them for sponsoring this broadcast. And of course they do. They've got Pablo Lopez over there, who does the kind of track tutorials and the data packs in the Radical SR8. This is a fixed setup series, but the insights that Pablo gives you for each week of the official series is really invaluable. It can really harness or unlock a couple of tenths of a second, because he is probably the best driver in this car. Maybe Kane Halliburton, I think those two probably the two best drivers in this Radical SR8 machine. So if you get yourself a subscription to Virtual Racing School, you can get tutorials for this car along with over 50 other cars, ranging from of course everything on the road side, also on the oval side as well they cover. So thanks to Virtual Racing School, you can find out more details about them using the link in the description below. So that pretty much rounds us off then for tonight. Also thanks of course to Apex Racing Academy and SDK Gaming for helping us out on this broadcast. We will be back in 7 days time then for week 3 of the championship at Bathurst. But for now, from myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, from Austin Knight, and from Mark Tranter, we are going to say goodbye, and we'll see you next time.
Virtual Racing School was developed to provide support to the next generation of sim racers. No matter if you're a rookie or veteran or what car or track you'll be racing, our goal is to provide training every step of the way. We found that iRacing can be quite difficult without proper training. There needed to be a way to prepare for on-track racing. With VRS, you can literally learn from the best sim racers in the world, including 4-time NASCAR iRacing World Champion Ray Alfala.
And Ray Alfala is a 4-time champion of the NASCAR Peak Antifreeze iRacing Series.
3-time iRacing Grand Prix World Champion Martin Kroenke.
Martin Kroenke becomes a 3-time world champion.
Rallycross World Champion Mitchell de Jong.
Mitchell de Jong is now champion for the iRacing Rallycross World Championship Series.
And many other top sim racers. Data packs include everything you need to start learning. Our World Championship coaches create the data packs by setting a hot lap or a series of fast laps for you to compare, analyse and replicate. Data packs also include a tutorial where the coach points out techniques they use to hit the fast lap. This gives you access to the latest driving techniques and setups before you even hit the track. Sign up for a free account and download the VRS telemetry logger. With this application running seamlessly in the background, your laps automatically start syncing to the VRS website. From there you can analyse and compare 2 laps of your choice, whether it's your data, the coaches or your teammates. VRS will automatically target improvement opportunities so you can get up to speed even faster. VRS also makes it easy for you to request and schedule one-on-one or group coaching sessions. These sessions can range from 30 to 90 minutes, and you can select the car, track and setup combination of your choice. Visit virtualracingschool.com today to sign up and get started.